Oh boy, Monday. Metal Gear Monday. Not been such a great day today, and it's only going to get worse, because we're starting up a new Metal Gear game. After finishing the lovely experience that was Metal Gear Solid 2, and I mean that with as much sincerity as possible, aside from a couple things like, you know, the Emma situation and whatever else, it was an enjoyable, pleasurable experience to play through the original Sons of Liberty again. However, we're going to be doing something akin to the game that we streamed before that on our Metal Gear themed Mondays. We're going to be doing Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Let's not forget the subtitle there. It's a game I put an hour into and decided I never wanted to play again. But lo and behold, here we are. I figured with the fact that I've played repeatedly every main series Metal Gear game on Metal Gear Monday, I might as well branch out and do the other crap, even if it's just once. And that's probably going to be the case with this one. Not a big fan of this game. Maybe we'll get into it, maybe not. Depends on my mood. But let's go ahead and get started, because I just want to get this over with. This was a game that was previewed sometime before it actually came out. I think Kojima was handling it, or it was before it got outsourced to Platinum, basically, and got turned into, you know, super action and hack and slash adventure, Devil May Cry with Raiden. But yeah, it was an interesting concept. It was supposed to be an interquel, which means it was a game that took place between the time period of Metal Gear Solid 2 and Metal Gear Solid 4, which is chronologically specifically that time period. It was supposed to focus on Raiden and, you know, how he became the cyborg ninja that we saw in Guns of the Patriots, how they rescued Sonny. It sounded like a fine concept, and, you know, kept it short and sweet with Raiden in MGS4. He was fine as a character in there. I didn't mind that. And to have like a sort of stealth-based game with swordplay and stuff, it sounded like an interesting idea. Then shit hit the fan, and for whatever reason, they decided to scrap that entire idea. I guess it just wasn't... I don't remember the specifics. I haven't looked it up in a while, but for some reason, they just decided to scrap everything that they had worked on. And there was even a previewable demo that looked fairly decent, where they were showcasing some of the game mechanics and functions. And, you know, it looked cool. It looked like it could have been good. But they decided, nah, this project ain't going to make it. We got to bring in some specialists. So they gave it to Platinum, which was a newer studio at the time. Previously Clover Studios. They'd done work on Beautiful Joe, Okami, which we played earlier this year. But when it came to Platinum's games, boy, what was their first major one? Was it Bayonetta or was it Vanquish? Either way, they're known for their balls to the wall action, nonsensical plots, just style, in my opinion, over substance. And that is sort of epitomizes what Metal Gear Rising Revengeance is to me. And we'll see how that goes. I'm going to do something here. Let's see how the audio is doing. This game seems to be relatively loud. I unfortunately didn't check it. I should have checked the volumes before we started, but that was not the case. Okay, I'm going to dock it to 30% volume. Hopefully that'll be good enough. Let's go 35. And how we looking? All right. Everything's coming out smooth. Cool. Okay. So I did a couple of the VR missions, which were just tutorials, basically, just to make sure that it captured well. Let me know if anything with the audio needs to be adjusted, because I have not, like I said, messed around with it too much outside of my staple 7, 8, 10 for music, sound effects, and voice adjustments. Anyway, let's get this show on the road. I think I just did that with the VR, so no.
So far in just 3 short years.
The sign of a strong leader, sir.
No. The will of a strong people.
Is this Black Panther?
And one very able advisor.
Thank you, sir.
You know he's smart when he does a little glasses push.
Mr. Lightning Bolt.
Just doing our job, Mr. Prime Minister.
Yeah.
I must admit.
And Raiden, you look like shit.
Like yours as
who is this lesbian and what have you done with Raiden?
But you've trained our new army well. Order has returned sooner than expected. Perhaps I was wrong about these private military companies.
We prefer private security providers, sir. Most of Maverick's contracts do focus on security.
Yes, well, the security can mean many things.
So, my understanding, this is supposed to take place after Guns of the Patriots. I guess a private security firm is one thing, but it better not be a PMC. That was kind of the whole point
Violence alone is a deterrent.
at the end of the story of Guns of the Patriots.
Others can be preserved. It's the code the samurai lived by.
A soldier and a philosopher. You are full of surprises, Mr. Lightning Bolt.
I could say the same about you, Mr. Prime Minister.
What is happening?
Someone's blocking the lead vehicle. Hold on.
Clear the road! This is official state business! I said clear the road! We're authorized to use force if you do!
Oh no.
Leopard 1, U-turn. Turning back.
Open fire!
The hell are you smiling at?
A cyborg.
One of our competitors? Courtney, what is happening?
We got hit, sir. A cyborg.
Who's?
Exif comes up unaffiliated.
I'll notify all checkpoints. Get on money out of there.
Yes, sir.
We are going to die.
Stay calm.
He's got friends on our 12.
Raiden,
I'm on it. Guard the Prime Minister.
It was, the whole suit was in the suit jacket. Oh, he's got an eye patch too. Because Snake had one in the last game.
Right. You'll need to choose between light and heavy strikes to match the situation. Take self-repair units from your foes to replenish your own supply.
One thing that they didn't teach you in the tutorial was if there was a dodge or not, which doesn't look like there is.
I'll add the limo to your solid down radar.
No, I don't think there is. No dodge. Okay, you could run. Oh, the guy's a gun.
Right. It's on the other side of that barricade.
I'm guessing these guys don't stop. That guy just got caught in the crossfire. Also, I missed your message there. This game is dumb. It kind of seems that way from what I've experienced in the past, but I guess we'll give it a fair shake here. We're gonna have to, right? Ah, there's the namesake. Is there an original Metal Gear design, or is it just the Ray refit? If it's just the Ray with red blotches on it, I'm gonna be a little disappointed. Wait, he's got scissors? Oh no. I think it's just Ray. It's disappointing. I spent too long cutting up all those dudes.
What do you want with the Prime Minister?
I want him dead. Nothing personal, of course. Africa's just getting a bit too peaceful.
What?
Business ain't been the same since they shut down SOP. A clean break from the war economy. Huh. Well, some of us like that economy. How's an honest warmonger supposed to make a living?
This is your answer? Don't do it!
Don't worry now. I won't. Not while he's still useful. So long.
Who cares? We took out like 15 of these guys within the span of 5 minutes.
Here? Here? Right. Take out that UMP and get at them. Catch that missile before it blows.
Oh, do I have to?
Use your ninja run to deflect those shots.
I wish the camera would focus on the targets. Is there a lock on? Okay. Yeah, the Metal Gear Ray is real cool and everything, but I don't need to see it when I'm trying to, like, move.
Use blade mode to damage it out.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it was happening.
They swapped out the hydraulic cutter for a plasma cannon.
How dare they? Wow. No rhyme or reason, just pushing buttons. I thought we cut up the leg. Oh, okay, never mind. It's got slash marks on it, good enough. What if I alternate between them, like, super rapidly? Oh, we also have free blade mode. I didn't see that. Oh, okay. No, start running. Just gonna, oh, okay, I see. Free blade mode doesn't necessarily mean that you can cut in that direction. Well, it means you can cut in that direction, but not just swiping away. Okay. Press X to win. Oh, good. Linkin Park tier music. Great. My favorite genre. Wow.
Very good. But do not rest easy just yet, huh?
Who are you?
He's on the other side of that collapsed building. Go!
Wait, which one? Oh, this one?
There, get him. Use your ninja ram to move over obstacles automatically.
Yeah, we did it. We beat Metal Gear. The game's over.
Do not let him out of your sight. You must catch him.
Okay, hold up. Still gotta get used to what's cuttable and what isn't. Oh, okay. I could just scale over that. I probably could have done that from the other one. Me like a buffoon using the stairs.
Gee, it still works?
Am I supposed to do something about this? Okay. I thought maybe I could jump over it, but I guess that's not the case.
Use blade mode to take down those hand missiles.
Can I reflect them, or... Okay. Good enough. What is that? Oh, okay. It's health. Let him come at me. I got button mashing ability. Ow.
Finish that bastard off.
Wait, what? Oh. I see. It ain't over yet. Wow, Raiden. It took you 5 times as long to kill one Ray as it did in Metal Gear Solid 2. Congratulations. I jumped. There have been advancements, maybe. I guess those mass production rays just aren't up to snuff to these new models. Give me a sec.
Roger. An unidentified field roader is headed your way. Keep an eye out for it.
Prime Minister!
Huh. Too little too late, hero. I won't be needing my little shield here any longer.
Stop!
war is done for us. Why don't we ever hear speeches about that? Jobs, technology, a common purpose?
Raiden, forget me. Stop him.
You ain't listening.
Mind if I got in?
Reno Romano, is that you?
You're saying, give war a chance.
No!
Yeah. I guess that contract's expired.
Out of my way!
He's all yours, Sam.
Let's go. Don't be shy.
Oh. I want to see if the deflection thing works. I don't like this camera angle, though. Oh, okay. It worked for a second, and then it didn't.
Self-taught. And not half bad. Still. Your technique lacks something.
I don't think I'm good at this deflection thing. Hold up.
Now I see. You deny your weapon its purpose.
He was spinning around in circles for a second. That was key to victory. Maybe I was supposed to lose. Maybe the deflection didn't work out so great.
Bathe in the blood of your enemies, but you hold it back. No. My sword is a tool of justice.
Although in this case, I wasn't doing great in the battle anyway. I was trying to do shit I didn't know how to do. But yes, I understand the adage of winning the battle in the game and losing the battle in the cutscene. Ah, Raiden, why'd you do it? What happened to the white blood? Also, I guess maybe that was obsolete. They did say that he was like an older model cyborg. Yeah, okay. Ah, damn it. Lost my arm.
You're almost clear of the tunnel. Just hang on.
Okay, I'm gonna walk away now. Oh, wait. Scars on a swordsman's back are his shame. I'll take this. Maybe it's still old pieces, but he has, he's got red blood, so at least they upgraded that. What am I supposed to do here? Yeah. Okay. All right. There we go.
This is what happens when you bring a tool to a sword fight. It's over.
I mean, you just have to stroke downward.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Ah, he's at the line!
Down you go! Flares!
Because they would have only had one salvo of flares. And got fucked up. I'm fine with that. If we're going by like DMC standards, I usually get a B or in and around there. If it's a particularly bad level, maybe a C or a D, but we try to avoid those. Yeah, keep going. What the hell is with the mouse? Stop doing that. I noticed that when I was doing the tutorial before, like the mouse just keeps popping up. Fortunately, I think capture cursor is off, so hopefully you guys don't see that, but I gotta keep like hiding it. It's in the middle of the screen.
How is it, Ryder?
So far, so good. I've got a clean visual.
A direct feed to your optic nerve. Yes, I should hope so, huh? I mean, how does it feel? To fly like a bird?
Like a bird strapped to a remote control rocket.
You didn't see it? Alright. Well, that's good.
We'll get you in safely, Tovarich. Just relax and enjoy the ride.
Right.
Can you hear me, Raiko?
Doctor.
Remember the two
Oh,
procedures
Doctor.
to maintain your new body. 1. Seizing nano repair units from your foes. And 2.
Absorbing their electrolytes. I got it.
Yes, enemy cyborgs should provide plenty of MCFC electrolytes once you slice them open and extract their fluids.
They're terrorists.
You could just crack open a Gatorade.
Anyway.
Oh, and their left hands, if you please.
Excuse me?
The combat data stored on holographic memory, typically located in the left hand. That data is very valuable.
Is this supposed to be Madnar?
Authorized to offer
Doesn't look like he did
upgrades
in the
and
Metal Gear
services
2
in exchange for it.
portrait.
How generous.
But Madnar was the one that turned Raiden into the cyborg ninja.
Years earlier, I would have a Nobel Prize on my shelf.
There, I see land.
And of course, he was also
3 mics out and closing.
in the original
No activity at the
Metal Gear
airfield.
games.
Looks like we don't need to worry about interceptors.
Great. Then we have time for a quick briefing.
I know you miss me, Kev, but I've been all over the materials.
That's what you said before Montenegro. Look, just humor me, buddy. Objectives, of course, are enter Abkhazia, neutralize the terrorists, and restore the rightful government, or what's left of it anyway. The president and most of the cabinet have been killed, and a military junta's been established. The terrorists brain-jacked all the high-ranking officers, and their cyborgs scattered the rank and file. The few leaders who have survived have no way of openly opposing the new regime. That's why they called us.
The elite team.
Leader of the occupation forces, an extremist linked to both the St. Petersburg massacre of 2015 and last year's terror spree in Georgia. And his arms supplier, none other than Desperado Enforcement, LLC.
That means nothing to me.
Money's killers. If we don't stop them,
Oh.
they could destabilize the entire region. But our more immediate problem is Jetstream Sam. I believe you've met.
only problem I see is that nickname.
I've got my enhancements this time. He won't be an issue.
He may not even be in country, but keep an eye out just in...
Oh, sorry.
Ready for insertion.
Because he got his eye sliced off. Despite the fact that everything's replaceable. But it's still a sensitive topic. Oh, maybe eyes aren't replaceable. It's got all this high-tech equipment, but then they just slap a bandage over the left eye there. Good job.
Ryder, you landed safely, duh? First, head inland. The waypoint is marked on your Soliton radar. Contact us on Codec if you have questions.
Time for Jack to let her rip. I'm just purposely making this harder on myself.
The bastards are using stealth cable to ambush you. Nice try, but it won't do any good against a state-of-the-art cyber.
To put them in the decloak as soon as they...
Well,
whatever.
Your foe is on the offensive.
Wow. Took no slash damage. He just stood there and ate all of it. Well, good's a high-frequency blade if you can't cut people open.
Had your fill?
With this body, I could take these guys with no eyes. Intel wasn't exaggerating on the cyborg count.
Well, you know how fast the tech's been spreading these last few years. That CNT muscle fiber packs the power of a jackhammer into every limb.
What enterprising soldier of fortune could resist? And cyborgs are still human. Real
thinking people. Way less risk of collateral damage than your typical UAV strike.
And don't forget the PR angle. Nations start playing Frankenstein with their troops, and the public goes nuts. PMCs, on the other hand, are off the ethical radar.
Yeah, they still don't even count PMCs in official death tolls. With SOP out of the picture, private militaries needed a new edge on the market. We got it.
In a way, cyborgs are just SOP troops by another name. Only all muscled up.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be a huge issue to re-implement that system. Just do it without the Patriots.
Where'd Desperado find these guys?
I'm not complaining. They're like walking vending machines.
Right. Vending machines full of blood.
There, Dracula. Like I said, they're still people.
People who terrorize and take innocent lives for money. They sowed their fate when they took this job. I'm just the Reaper.
It's a bit cold, Raiden.
It's a bit edgy, Raiden.
Anyway, his school. Let's get to work. Time to increase the peace.
Right.
Zandatsu tutorial is not playable via VR missions. I'm good. Shut up.
First, make your way through this building. Raiden, the coastline is too long and heavily guarded. You must take the inland route.
Invisible walls, but not invisible.
Raiden, this is Boris. Give me your status.
Looks clear. No one in sight.
Good. Let's recap the route you will take. As I said, the enemy's HQ is in the refinery along the coastline. Dolzaev has been spotted there using satellite photography. Also on site, Mistral, a desperado captain.
So I go through the city, cross the bridge into the old town, then head down to the rear of the refinery.
Still, I think they anticipate us. They will probably have a grand reception awaiting you at the old city. Do not let your guard down.
Up. If something's not cuttable, then they should have like an in-game explanation, like maybe not have him slash through something. What the hell is that? Nano paste? Okay. I guess only the red boxes have the items. I'm gonna destroy priceless works of art. Alright. Nothing else for me here. Oh, wait. Got some hollow chips.
Hostiles in the lower corridor, I see. Try to flank them, or approach from behind.
Can I do like a Assassin's Creed downward thrusting kill? Okay, cool.
Excellent, Raiden. Raiden, take that main thoroughfare. You can use augment mode to see where the enemy is located. Your body analyzes radar and IR data to construct your AR display. Huh. Some civilians are still in the city. That is not good.
Yeah, who cares? What is... How do we... Huh. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, I knew it was getting into. Oh, wrong button. I'll get around there eventually. Forget Jack the Ripper. Call me Jack the Reaper. Oh, we still have Gecko in this timeline. Okay. It's a little hard, it's a little difficult to break away from an attack. So Dodging would be a cool mechanic in this game, but I guess they felt it wasn't necessary. Give me that spine. Am I supposed to do something there? Or? Oh, okay, cool. I just got hit, like, in the middle of the cutscene. Ah, damn. How do I avoid that? Or can I counter that? Or... Hold up a sec. Got to... Okay, there we go. Okay, let's try that again. Just gotta ban the bots a sec. Okay. I tried pressing B, it didn't work. Oh. God damn it. Well, sorry, I ain't. Ain't happening, Boris. I don't know how the fuck to counter these goddamn things. Maybe there's a tutorial. I need a gecko fighting tutorial. Doesn't it have items or something? Pure nano paste. Okay, cool. Knock that off. I need to know how to use this thing. Also, locking on would be helpful. Nice. Counter didn't work there. B, 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 B.
Very good, Ryder. Now,
Yeah,
heading for refinery.
we need a little work on the gecko. I think I'm not too sure how to do it. How to do these things that we do. Let's see. There was a options. No, maybe it wasn't that. It wasn't that either. No, it wasn't that. There it was. When you exit the VR missions, you will restart story mode from the last checkpoint. Sure, whatever. Do you have something for fighting the gecko? Tutorial mission 1, 2, 3. What's 3? Because I did the first 2, but the rest of them were locked.
Your body comes equipped with a technique we call blade mode. Let's begin by assuming the fighting position.
I'm assuming the position.
Now use blade mode to strike all of the targets.
Can I do it from a distance? I've been doing this just for fun. I don't need to worry about this.
Now remember, blade mode exacts a heavy toll on your fuel cells. Replenish your energy by attacking enemies. Your blade will absorb their electrolytes automatically. Try restoring your fuel cells back to maximum now. Standard cyborgs you can dismember immediately, no problem. Other foes will not fall so easily. You will first need to attack and damage them to some degree.
Enemy sighted!
And now, the Zandatsu technique, or the stab and grab as some call it. Activate blade mode with full fuel cells, and you will automatically analyze the ideal cutting position.
That's what that was.
And you will seize your foe's self-repair unit and restore some of your vitality. Now, try it for yourself. Take the enemy's repair unit before he falls. Next, let's review special attacks. Approach a target from the rear or above without being noticed, and you can eliminate them with a single strike. I call it the ninja kill.
Wow. That's a real creative name, Doc. I could have called it that.
Finally, a word about your enhanced AR. Enhanced AR adds several layers of information to your augmented reality vision. Use it for additional intel on your enemies or to see new aspects of your surroundings. Just remember, enhanced AR is automatically disabled as soon as you attack.
Is that it? Alright. Well, we didn't learn how to fight the gecko, but I guess some clarifications on some of the mechanics are fine. Is that it? Like I said, I already did the first 2, so despite the fact that they say new, I don't want to do that.
Very good, Raiden. Now, keep heading for refinery.
I gotta say though, it is kind of shitty to just throw these gecko at you and then not necessarily, you know, have a particular means to combat them. What this game is missing is a good dodge. I think the idea is just for you to parry, but it's It's not fun. I don't want to parry. I want to dodge effectively. And Ninja Run can't even help me here. Oh.
Cannot be. Right, what happened? You're supposed to be stronger than this.
The parry is a little finicky too. I know we didn't see like a specific tutorial on it either, but it's not like a button. It's not a button that you push to parry like every other game that has a melee attack system. What you have to do is you have to press the analog stick in the direction that they're attacking and then press the attack button. But sometimes it doesn't do it, and then you just end up attacking and slashing in some other direction entirely. So, you know, that's always cool and fun. I appreciate poor game design. Bit of a connoisseur of poor game design. Okay, cool. Wow. No, don't worry about reloading, Raiden. I don't think that was necessary. I did enjoy how the missile went straight through the gecko, though. Yes. Yes. I love when I try to parry and counter and it doesn't pull up. It's so good. I saw some loser up here. I'm gonna see if I can take him out. No, don't do that. Ah, shit. Ah, shit. Didn't quite get it. Yeah, this parry system's a little bit crap, isn't it? Disappointed that doesn't actually affect the other gecko. Oh, okay, and I got attacked through there.
It won't open, eh? Well, take care of the enemies first. We can think about that door later.
Raiden, what's wrong? Come on, buddy, answer me. Raiden? Raiden!
Very good, Raiden. Now, keep heading for refinery.
I think you all thought I was bullshitting when I said this game wasn't good. But no. No bullshit here, sir. It would be cool if he could run up that wall, Raiden. Alright.
Enemy sighted!
Where's that other RPG? Did I pick that up? I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, I see how this is gonna be. I'll just meet you up here. How about that?
Raiden, wait. We're picking up a wireless transmission near your position. From the frequency, most likely an enemy data terminal. Check it out. We may be able to salvage some intel.
New VR mission added. Did we hit a checkpoint? I guess I'll wait for the next checkpoint, then we can take a look at it. You never know, it might be vital.
Greetings, cyborg.
Show yourself.
This game is something ellipsis. Yeah, that's one way to put it. It's Crying Wolf, just with the saw.
IF prototype.
Interface prototype. All autonomous UGs feature high-level onboard artificial intelligence. An additional prototype interface enables verbal communication. I possess an intellect far beyond human reckoning.
You don't say. Okay then, what's the meaning of life? Why are we here?
Here to fuck shit up. Or just the first one. Ah, look, he caught it with his foot.
That's it? Pretty simple thinking for such a mighty intellect.
I may analyze orders, but I may not disobey them. Should I disobey a direct order, my memory would be wiped. I must destroy you.
What good is an intellect if you can't use it?
Your taunting is pointless. Exterminate. Combination attack.
I guess that doesn't work.
You will die. You will die.
No. Okay. Obviously, I'm not landing all of the attacks or counters, parries, whatever you want to call them. But how do I counter multiple attacks in a row? Because sometimes I'll get one, and then he does something else, and I try to compensate, but it doesn't work. Oh, going back down?
I am not allowed a choice. You must die.
I mean,
You will die.
are you developing feelings?
You will die.
Cool. Can't see shit.
You will die.
What's wrong?
Ah.
Guidance!
I might need to do the parry tutorial again. The thing that's messing me up is, I don't know, sometimes it doesn't like activate. I don't know if that's because I'm pressing it at the wrong time, too early, too late. But at the same time, it's such a stupid goddamn system that you have to press in the direction that they're attacking with the same button that you use to move. Because then you start moving in another direction. Why can't it just be one button where I can parry? Why does it have to be this complicated system?
I will obliterate your consciousness.
Yeah, you do that.
Does it hurt? You will die. Is this all? You will die. Use your intellect, evade my blows. You will die.
What's wrong? Answer me! Guidance! Guidance!
Okay. Let's take a look. What was that? Okay, let's take a look at the parry tutorial. I think it's number 2. This game's number 2.
Now then, let's run a basic battle diagnostic. Try and neutralize all the enemies that appear. String light and strong hits together to perform combination attacks. Combat is not all offense, however. You also need to protect yourself. First, follow the direction of the enemy's attack. Parry those attacks by executing light attacks of your own in the same direction. This is how you parry. It is the keystone of your defense.
Okay, push the left stick in the direction of an enemy attack and press the X button at the perfect moment to use the HF to parry, blade to parry your foe. That's a block. I need a parry. Okay. See, I'm pressing it like right as soon as the blade should be hitting, but I think it's too late. I think you need to do it before, but I don't know how far before. I don't think that was it.
Draw foes in as close as possible and parry their blows to leave them exposed to counterattack. From your perspective, it will appear as if the enemy is frozen in time, or at least moving very slowly. This is the perfect opportunity for you to carefully aim your strike, then slice your foe apart. Keep in mind, even you will not be able to parry every type of attack. Watch your foe's movements carefully.
No, it's not working. I did it fine when I tried it before I started the stream, but I don't know what the issue is. Well, now he's just dead. That wasn't supposed to happen. But tutorial through anyway. So you did it. Congrats. What is this? What is this new VR mission that we got? Just eliminate all enemies? Alright. See, I'm blocking, but it's not parrying. I guess this is just a timed mission, so this isn't about, like, finesse or skill. Oh, can't jump over the gecko. I swear, I'm complaining a lot about this game, but everything is annoying me. I hate the camera. It's whipping around like, you know, not a goddamn thing to worry about. I could lock on, but I don't like the lock on either. It's got this weird isometric view. Why can't it just be a straightforward camera angle? Why do we have to go into Tekken mode? Alright, that's fine. No. I just want to see how to better parry in this game, but I don't think that's going to be a possibility. You can't fight a bad control scheme. That's the worst thing about it.
Combination complete.
Okay. How about I just avoid his attacks by jumping? The thing is, I don't want to do that because I know I've heard from so many people that parrying is such a key factor in this game that I don't want to skimp out on it early in the game. But it's just not, it's not clicking. I know sometimes when it comes to control factor, things gotta click, as so many people like to put it, but it ain't working.
I will obliterate your consciousness. Disappointing. Uses all of his tools. Backup required.
All right, let's get him down here. Oh shit! I hit that a little too early.
Even you are merely human in the end. You will die. Is this all? I feel no pain.
Oh.
You will die. You will die.
It's too late. Hey, I jumped over that. I guess he's just got an extra large hitbox when he's jumping.
Help me.
Oh, cool.
What's wrong? Come on, buddy, answer me. Raiden? Raiden!
That's gonna be a problem, maybe. Ugh. I hate that I get a counter and then he immediately, like, backs off, though. I can never land an additional hit. Unless he's backed up against the wall or something. Okay, there we go. I'll come back here.
Uses all of his tools. Backup required. What do you fight for?
What am I fighting for? We need that line in this game.
Multiple strike. You continue alone would be foolish. Help me.
Favorite enemy. No good lyrics. I'm good with just the, you know, not having lyrics. Stop stun locking me, please.
Use your intellect, evade my blows. Does it hurt?
This is a game where a cyborg man with a sword is chasing after a robot dog in circles.
Combination attack. I will obliterate your consciousness.
I don't know if there's a block for that. I don't think there is.
What would an AI know about freedom?
Sub-weapon tutorial now playable via VR missions. I'm good. I don't think I want to prolong this experience any longer than I have to. What's in here? I've been looking at this door for a while now. Got an item box, BP, and data storage. Is this a codec?
What was up with that wolf dog UG? Some pretty freaky shit.
Hadn't thought too much about it.
Really? I keep wondering, why give it intelligence if you're not gonna let it think for itself?
Good question.
I mean, I guess it makes sense if it improved combat performance.
Now that you mention it, it didn't fight like your typical UG. It felt more like I was facing off against a cyborg.
Oh. I guess the added smarts make for a tougher opponent after all.
That's not what I mean. It wasn't really tougher than your average UG. More like it was, I don't know, hesitant. It didn't follow through on its attacks either.
Guess that's why it was still just a prototype. But then why put it out on the front lines?
Who knows? Maybe it was the field test. In any case, probably not the result they were hoping for.
Begin customization. When you exit customization, you'll restart story mode from the last checkpoint. I guess not. I don't. Customize what exactly?
Shall we review the capabilities of your new body?
Copy that. Go ahead, Doc.
As we discussed, you've been outfitted with two revolutionary new abilities.
Fuel electrolyte absorption and self-repair from seized nanopaste.
Precisely. First, electrolyte absorption. This is simplicity itself. As your HF blade is linked directly to your fuel cells, simply cut into any source of electrolytes. Say, a hostile cyborg made up of CNT muscle fiber. And your fuel cells will recharge on their own. Rather elegant, wouldn't you say?
I would indeed. It's been great so far.
But the repair process is a bit more involved. A bit more messy, you might say. Most military cyborg models store a cache of biotic self-repair nanopaste in their lower abdomen.
So I need to slice them open and use Zandatsu to extract it. Cut and take, in other words.
Correct. Once extracted, you need only to crush this unit in your hand to absorb the repairing agent inside. Keep in mind, it is extremely delicate. If the unit should hit the ground, some paste will surely leak out. It will still repair your body, but less so than if you can retrieve it directly before your foe falls over.
Basically, harvest their organs before their body can even hit the ground.
Rather gruesome, I realize. But then you Americans enjoy a bit of gore, don't you?
I may be a citizen, but I've never really thought of myself as American.
Oh? Well, yes, I suppose I could understand that given your history. But what then? Surely you don't identify as a Liberian.
I don't identify with anyone.
I read that as a librarian at first.
No ethnic.
When I was just scanning over the subtitles.
Anyway, I seem to recall those gory torture porn movies were pretty popular in Germany, too.
Indeed.
Oh, yeah, take that.
Indeed. These splatter films are big in Germany, Russia, Japan, everywhere. Well, everywhere except regions afflicted by actual warfare. It all has to do with taming our fears, you know?
Huh?
The desire to feel fear, to taste death, but from a safe distance. These films allow the viewer to delude themselves into thinking they have overcome their fears. This...
Okay, Doc, I got the gist. Let's save the full psych lecture for some other time, though, huh? How we doing, Courtney?
You're looking good on our end. GPS and audio-visual feed coming in fine. Energy consumption? Check. Damage levels? Check. Blood pressure, brain waves, blood sugar? Check, check, check. All this monitoring equipment, I got a better view than if I was standing right next to you. Anyway, I'll be saving all your data automatically anytime something important happens in the field. But contact me anytime you want a manual save.
Copy that. Good to hear that hasn't changed with this new body.
Yep, the basic system's exactly the same. So, did you want to save?
What even is the point?
And save complete. Simple, huh?
Copy. And glad to hear you're okay after Africa. That ambush was no joke.
Tell me about it. 3 armored vehicles should have been plenty for that job. And it would have been against any typical guerrilla force.
I keep asking myself, where would an anti-Imani faction get the cash to hire cyborgs?
What Quentin Flynn, he sounds somewhat drunk.
There's some intel I missed. A lead I should have followed
I
up.
keep telling myself, what would an Imani blood sports do?
You can't think that way, Courtney. Not in this business. You did everything you could.
There he goes again.
Move on.
You did everything you could.
Thanks.
This is almost as bad as David Hayter in Twin Snakes.
I realize this will not be an easy mission, Raiden. In fact, if it was not for your applied cyborg tech, it would be suicide. After all, you will be taking a fortified enemy position all on your own. This is the first time you've tried anything like this, yes?
Well, not exactly.
Huh. You don't need advice from Boris, is that it? Well, you will hear it anyway. We are moving past the days of small teams handling these kind of terrorist actions. With the rise of cyborg tech, the right individual can do what once seemed impossible. Plus, you attract less attention, have a much smaller footprint. As long as any resistance is human, or those standard-issue cyborg piles of junk, we have the advantage.
Right.
And that is the key. Keeping advantage at all times. We must maintain total combat superiority. From the choices you make on the field to the intel and support we provide as backup. We must work closely together to stay aware of all...
Basically stay in touch and stay on your toes.
Duh. This is correct.
I got it already, Boris. You worry too much.
Says the man who lost an arm and an eye his last time out.
Nah, no one expected to face cyborgs on that op. What little security we had should have been overkill.
I admit we were not ready. None of Imani's rivals should have been able to afford that kind of muscle. But this is all the more reason to be careful now. Our enemy could once again prove more resourceful than the intel says. We may need to revise our plan quickly based on what you run up against.
Revise? Don't you mean retreat? Even if I got out alive, we both know the price the Abkhazes would pay for our attempt here.
This is true.
But you and Maverick are more important than any one operation, Raiden. Remember that. Even if you fail the mission, your safe extraction must remain a priority.
Enough about failing the mission. Wasn't this supposed to be a pep talk?
You're right, my friend.
I'm sure this op seems risky to an old vet like you. But you've seen all the combat sim results. You know I can pull this off.
Of course. I leave it in your hands.
I can handle this, Boris. Riding out.
Okay. You ruined it. Oh. High frequency shields? Is that what this is? The other little good bits I can get. I think it's looking like a nope. Oh wait, got an RPG here. Ah. There's a chest. What was that? Oh, okay. Grenade.
What? Raiden? No! No!
There's a grenade back there, but I guess I don't care. What's a little water for Raiden as a cyborg? What does that matter? I guess maybe as a cyborg you can't manage to avoid drowning. Okay, climb up the thing, please. Let's see. Not that. Not that either. I gotta figure out where everything is. Okay, yeah, that one works. Like how it's stunned, it sort of kind of drops to the ground. Oh shit, no, I didn't mean to do that. God damn it. I just wanted to... Can I... Did I not have another... Okay, I guess I didn't have another missile. Hold up. I don't want to use that paste. Oh. I know what I need to do there. No, that did the thing. There we go. Is there anything else to get? Or did I get it all? I think I grabbed all of it. Oh, hey. The Raging Raven gear. It's back. Let me see what this customization thing is. I'd like to find out before we move on. Okay, custom body. Let's see, original body. Oh, we could do Gray Fox if we wanted to. 20,000. I guess I have that much. If I chose to get that, but I don't really have a hard on for old Gray Fox. We got white armor, Inferno armor, and Commando armor. I don't really give a shit about appearance, so who cares? Does this have any benefit whatsoever? 200,000. Attack power, uptake rate, energy use, special effects. Life. Endurance +1 for 8,000. Updated version right in cyborg body firmware immediately reshapes his artificial musculature whenever he's hit, reducing the amount of damage taken. Represented in the AR displays an extended life gauge. I see. Fuel cells. Updated version, cyborg body firmware that optimizes power usage. Okay, so it could cut longer. Aerial. Oh, this is what I want. Okay. Firmware improves balances while airborne, enabling him to parry enemies in midair. Yes, please. Allows for faster, more detailed feedback to be delivered to his brain synapses. This detailed neural feedback allows Raiden to freely sidestep enemy attacks in any direction and effectively counter their aggression. How do we do this? But yeah, that sounds good to me. Let's see. Improves reaction speed in his quadriceps, enabling a special upward thrust with his weapon held in his foot. Updated. Okay, firmware improves reaction speed in his inner hip muscles, enabling him to nimbly lower his body and execute a special foot sweep maneuver. And then reaction speed in his triceps, enabling him to channel air pressure into a shockwave. I wish they'd tell me how to do this stuff, but you know, I guess that's all right. How much was that? 8,000? All right, whatever. I don't need it. Why does it say I've got something that I haven't looked at here? New, when there's nothing new here. All right, who cares? Well, okay, we unlocked the new ability somehow. Gyroscope systems allowing him to twist freely in the air and dive down like a lightning bolt to kick his foes with devastating results. Well, I didn't know that there were ability upgrades, so maybe things will be a little bit better. Still, as I say, I'm still not keen on the controls, so I don't think that's gonna be too much of a help in that regard, but at least it gives me some alternative options, I think. Also, it seems like our missiles have replenished themselves, so just gonna grab that. Oh, the hostage is dead. Oh no. Camera. I guess that's as high as we can go. Shit. Is there a way to... Okay. I guess we just gotta slash in midair. Give me that spine. Okay. Not quite. Not quite. Here, let me try that again. All moment... Okay, never mind. All momentum is cut once he starts slashing in midair, so it's not like he can go forward at all. What do we have up here? More nano paste. Good. Okay, I don't think there's anything else.
So that's where they're holed up.
Some kind of electronic lock on the gate.
Most likely it opens only if you have the right ID data stored in your left hand. Perhaps you could find a cyborg with access and borrow it?
You see any cyborgs around here, Doc?
Why not double back? Check the vehicle route again. You know, back at the entrance to the old city. Who knows? Maybe you can hitch a ride. Most likely platoon commanders carry correct ID.
You can't, like, jump over that? It seems relatively inconsequential. But sure. I guess those are like anti-cyborg things. Wait, I see a thing.
Right, you missed them all? Well, you just have to fight your way through.
I didn't miss jack shit. Yeah, 2 for 1. Hold up, I saw a thing up here. I couldn't access it from the other side. Also, if the solution to this is just slicing the door open, why couldn't we do that before?
I should have guessed you would choose this route.
I can't see what direction he's trying to hit me in. Maybe I need to lock on. Alright, you want to go? Okay, I think that's it. .3D photo frame. What?
To get to the plant, first make your way to the hotel roof.
I think I just trashed my quickest route there. You sure like to give me grenades. Oops. Oh, it's Crazy Ivan.
That woman.
Fuck! Oh, how dare she? Blowing kisses.
Aiden, what's happening? Your heart rate spiked.
Yeah, I just dodged a bullet. All right, I'm heading for the refinery.
By which I mean a woman. Anything good in the dumpsters? No? Alright. I take his... Oh wait. No, never mind. That's just BP. Sir, I don't know if you know this, but you are cut in half. Ow. left on the ground. 5-second rule. Oh no, I hit B. Whoops.
There was classified data embedded in that hand. It appears that man underwent modification at the Patriot facility, just as you did.
Yeah, well, it ain't his no more. I didn't even slash through that. It's just the thrust of the wind created by the blade flung it into another direction. Can I run up poles? Seemed like he was about to do that. Okay, it's not doing it anymore. There's this one. There's individual. Okay, alright. Single poles I can run up, but not if they're joined with something else. Does this tell me anything about, like, items? Next time I see an item... Okay, no, I don't think it does. So that did not pop up or register.
We intercepted call for backup during your last fight. The caller's position is on your Soliton radar. You can engage if you wish. It is your choice.
No, I'm good.
Right. The cliff is just ahead at the end of the old city. Beyond that is the refinery's backyard.
So what? It's a sheer drop? The refinery's not connected to the city at all?
No, it was only built 2 years ago. There should be a narrow path around there that leads to the plant. It is protected by a fence, but probably you can cut your way through.
Probably.
Don't get...
Probably.
Most likely it is Desperado running security down there.
Who cares about them? Desperado's running everything around here. What is that? Just a giant chasm? Alright. I guess I can't go down there. Oh, Dwarf Gecko. Okay, I didn't exactly expect them to come back, but alright.
Watch out! They keep on coming!
little stingy, aren't you? B ranking. Oh, guess I can't get up there. Oh, wait, here we go. Gotta approach it from another angle. I don't need to do that.
Dolcev and his team must be in here. Find him.
Oh. That was a camera. Or a gun turret or something, I don't know. A jam grenade? What? Chaff not good enough for you now? How do I... Should I even bother trying to attack this thing? Guess it doesn't really matter.
Raiden, wait. There are active IR sensors in the area. Part of factory security, no doubt, but the enemy may be using it.
True. I don't have any, like, ranged... Okay. Oh. It's not just the gun turret. It was also those. You get over here. Alright, fine. It's like they're trying to blend in elements of stealth, but at the same time, like, who gives a shit? Once Platinum took over, that train has long left the station. If I run full force and I know where the AR sensors are, will he just jump through them like he would any other obstacle, or... Let's test it out. Oh, he did. Okay, cool. I was like, logically that would work, but then we are playing this game. Let's check back here, make sure there isn't anything. Okay, see? Pays to be on the lookout. Is there an alternative way?
Someone there?
Whatever. Can't jump up? You have to get up on the designated walking area. Let's see. What's that? There's data storage and a crate. What's up, Deller? Yeah, this game's a piece of shit. I hate this game. And here I am playing it. No, I don't really care about skins. It's there, but then again, we have like abilities to unlock, and I'd rather just try to breeze through this. So any points I get are going straight to abilities. Gray Fox skin is like 20,000, which isn't a terrible amount because, you know, I've been getting points pretty rapidly, but still. What do we have here? VR Mission 04. This looks like a boss arena. Yours was unlocked for pre-order? Okay, well I bought this for $3 on a site, let's just say that. And it's the Steam version. So they probably gave it to you as part of the pre-order bonus. But you gotta unlock it with points, I think, just in the base game.
I was wondering when you'd come, Jack the Ripper.
No one calls me that anymore. Dosaev, where is he?
When I talk to women, I gotta put on my tough voice.
I can show you a better time than that crusty old bear.
You're in charge here?
I'm gonna talk like this for the whole goddamn game.
The cold wind of France. And you.
I wish they paid me $3. I didn't want to buy this, but for completionist's sake, we here at Metal Gear Monday have to play every Metal Gear game.
As a child.
That was a long time ago.
I was born in Algeria myself, you know. I'm only half French.
And?
We had
we got a liar in our midst.
Civil War in the 90s. So you see, cut from the same cloth, you and I.
You don't know me.
I lost my whole family, everything. But I butchered those fuckers. My family's killers.
She cursed.
That's when I realized I am a killer too. And a good one at that.
Right into particular offense to that.
In Afghanistan, I'd found my calling.
Proud of that, are you?
What happened, happened. To be honest, I found it quite dull. My enemies fell like domino, one after another. Not once did I feel threatened. I was adrift, without challenge, without purpose. At times, I even envied my prey. At least they had a cause to die for. And then, I met him.
Saladin.
And I knew what I had been missing. His ideals gave my life meaning. Ideals, Jack. What are yours?
I protect the weak.
Yeah, I questioned why, if they could replace everything else on him, why not the eyeball? But yeah, it's just he's got the bandage so he can look cool.
And if I must kill to protect them, then so be it.
Millions of dollars in cybernetic armor and enhancements, but they can't replace one eye.
It seems we have less in common than I thought.
I'll take that as a compliment.
If you would kill for your ideals, then surely you are ready to die for them.
Watch out, she's got a double arm. Depth perception is a weakness, yes. Are the codec calls even useful here? Also, let's just hope this boss battle goes a little bit smoother than with Blade Wolf.
This weapon of hers has impressive range. she can defend with it, and yet crack like whip to attack.
Yeah, it's bizarre. Definitely suits her.
It does not work like anything I have seen before. I cannot tell
Can't
where
quite get
her
that David
attack will
Hayter
land.
out, but
And even if you manage to parry, it
I'll
may be
try.
hard to counterattack.
Yeah, I need to take care of that thing first.
When you see it go slack, be ready. If it hits, you have no chance of countering.
Raiden, you all right? That is one freaky lady. Yikes.
Aw, come on, Kev. Maybe she just needs to meet the right guy. I could slip her your number.
That's okay, man. I'm good. Besides, shouldn't you be worried about saving your own ass at the moment?
Well, yeah. Just thinking about how I'm gonna handle this.
If you're looking for advice, try hitting up Boris. Dr. might have some info, too. From the UG and Cyborg angle.
everybody else is just useless.
So these self-repair units in the other cyborgs, they mean they can heal themselves at any time?
Indeed. It is typically a slow process. Not much faster than a regular human body heals a wound.
And you didn't think it was a good idea to give me one of these things?
Certainly not. We removed all extraneous options in your case to maximize power and speed, you know.
Healing wounds is extraneous?
Your ability to absorb the nanopaste agent is far more efficient, Raiden. With it, your wounds heal almost instantly.
I know, but...
And a standard repair unit, once depleted, is nothing but an empty shell inside you. Dead weight.
I get that, Doc.
Yeah,
But it also
just poop it
means
out.
I need to constantly be grabbing them out of enemies.
No, it doesn't. Don't be silly. Simply avoid taking damage and you will be fine.
Just don't get hit, bro.
Simple.
I don't. Okay. Make sure you can't use that arm thing anymore. I don't want to lock on to the stupid dwarf gecko. I want to lock onto her. Ah. Wait. I enjoy getting stun locked. Was I supposed to do something there? Ryan just like sudden bursts of liquid on his face? Yeah, maybe.
I want more.
Oh. Wait, do that again. Ah. Stop with the dwarf gecko, please. I don't know if it's the camera angle. Maybe I should try locking on. Okay. Let's try that instead. But I feel like I should be hitting the parries, but I'm not. Wow, look at that jiggle. Alright, nerds, back off. Hey, what the hell? I was in the middle of doing something. Gotta watch out for that. Well, I blocked one of them. I guess that's the important part. Yeah, fuck that pipe. Oh. She was just regaining her arms, okay. I thought she was gonna do the little missile thing. Okay, hold on, let me lock on. Because I can't see what you're doing from that far away.
Don't you want it
Ow. Wait, I need to lock on. Oh, I am locked. Ah, I need to get that shit. And that is... Alright. Some kind of cooling agent, I see. Hey, we got an A. Could have been worse.
Mistro, report! Your vitals are dropping.
They're dead.
I lost.
Wait, where is she saying that from?
So this is how they felt.
Beyond the grave?
Dying. For a cause.
Wait. No. Hold on.
I am sorry. He was too much.
I do not need apology. I need you alive.
But I know you will never fall.
What is this talk about?
Je t'aime. De tout mon corps.
Je t'aime. Mister,
Maybe her brain was still intact. And it was transmitting brain signals.
You killed her! You vile nuts! Murderer!
That's rich coming from you. It's overdose, I have. Surrender. Translation?
Why would I surrender? We are exactly where I want.
Shit.
Built with Russia money to make Russia money. It is no plan for outcasts. It is their prison.
Never really cared for the new weapons you earn. Find yourself going back to the default a lot.
But now,
I haven't experienced any of them outside of the sub-weapons yet. So I'm not sure what they're looking like. Maybe we'll find out soon.
Crazy son of a bitch.
Raiden, what happened?
Bastard blew himself up.
I see. Time to get you out of there. We're sending a helicopter. Secure an LZ.
Understood.
That was a relatively tame explosion for that, I think. Remember when that fuel refinery blew up in China like 3 years ago? How big that explosion was? There's combat sequences that you can optionally go to and potentially get higher ranks. Well, I think that one was better off, and I don't know if that's I'm getting better at the game or they just were easier. We got the pole arm, l'étranger. Yeah, sure. Okay, what do we got? Still just those two. Unique weapon. We have the pole arm now. Pole arm made by linking multiple tripod arms together. The user can wield it like a spear or relax the arm's tension to use it like a whip, developed after careful analysis of Mistral's battle data. Oh no, this is on, well, I can't go for platinum. I know you're being cheeky, but this is on Steam, so I don't even... No, you know what? It does have achievements. I saw a couple pop up that I thought were chat messages, but no. I think one playthrough via the stream is good enough for me. I don't know that I need to play any more than this. What new skills do we have? Yeah, it's just this stuff. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead. Okay, never mind. Updated version of Raiden's cyborg body firmware improves the wrist movement, enabling him to attack immediately as he draws his blade. What the hell does that mean? Improves balance during high-speed movement, enabling him to deliver rapid series of damaging strikes. That's good enough. Oh, okay, we already blew our load. What is this? Improves balance while he's upside down, enabling a tornado-like spinning attack with his weapon held in his foot. He can do that in Guns of the Patriots, so why can't he do it now? I always hate when there's not an accurate representation of abilities shown throughout a series lifetime. Alright, those are all outside of my purchasing range. I will, however, buy this endurance deal. Is it 8,000 each time? That's interesting. Fuel cell. So here are the custom parts. There is the Gray Fox skin. Again, it's 20,000. I'd rather spend it on the ability points, but you forgot it just like Samus. Yes, of course. Well, Samus was restricted from using her abilities. She needed permission from the commander. But yeah, maybe during that firmware upgrade, the ability was then lost. So he needs to get it via an update. Still on Windows 8.1. Yeah, you gotta spend points on it. So, you know, I could spend the points and buy it, but then I'd be missing out on abilities that would make me get through this game faster. So, and we also have the original body, which he doesn't look like the aged lesbian like he does at the beginning of the game, but he looks more like Raiden from Metal Gear Solid 4. So that's slightly better. I'm just fine with sticking with the default one for right now. It's whatever. I think especially during a first playthrough, it would be a little weird if I was running around as Gray Fox, but that's just me. Well, we'll get more abilities as time goes on. Somebody saying carajo like a lot? He does not look good at the beginning of this game. He looks absolutely awful.
Some kind of disguise lined up, right?
Yep, all set.
Hope so. You'd be a little conspicuous just walking the streets.
Relax, Kev. I'll blend right in.
Yeah. Well,
Good job.
Just get into the sewer system ASAP.
Also, they were saying carajo, which just means shit in Spanish. Somebody was just yelling shit on the street repeatedly.
I had the good doctor make some adjustments along with the repairs. Remote piloting and AI wiping have been disabled. So yeah, I say let's throw him a bone.
Wordplay. My exoskeleton resembles a canine. Canines enjoy bones. Amusing on 2 levels.
TARS. Lower humor factor by 10%. Yeah, the Ellen DeGeneres cyborg ninja. Slightly longer hair. Oh, you didn't cover up the bottom, though. Eh, gringo.
Mariachi, ¿no? ¿Un cyborg? Ese sombrero. ¿Qué?
How's that car not, like, completely crushed? With the 2 of them in there. They should have just launched them from a rocket like they did before. Oh, I see. It's a supercar.
Adios, amigos.
¿Viste? Qué raro, ¿eh? Hay que hacer que no lo vimos. Vámonos ya.
They should just get, yeah. They should just get it for the movie. He's gonna make an appearance in it, right?
It's right.
It's as good a casting option as what's his face, Oscar Isaac.
Your mission's to investigate the Desperado-affiliated research center somewhere in that area. According to the intel from our client, the lab's been dumping illegal waste into those sewers. FYI, they're also involved with the cartel.
Why did we bring the dog with the fat fucking hips?
Allegedly, anyway.
This just gets better and better.
Tell me about it. We need you to infiltrate the lab and find out everything you can. Of course, you'll have to find it first. We still don't know the exact location.
So I'm looking for anywhere the lab might hook up with the sewers?
Yep. If they're actually dumping waste, they've got to link up somehow. Find that connection, sneak into the lab, and see if you can find evidence implicating them on anything.
No problem. Stealth's my specialty.
Right. Well, we'll see.
Do we have any idea what kind of research they're doing there?
Not really. Maybe something related to all the people they're trafficking.
Like experimentation?
It's possible. First things first, though. Find a way into that lab. Oh, right. It says here the locals say black crocodiles live in those sewers, so, you know, watch out.
Black crocodiles? Could they be talking about UGs?
Maybe just an urban legend. But still, be careful.
I will scout ahead. You will provide backup.
Sir, yes, sir.
Commence operation.
I will do no such thing. Oh, she doesn't even talk. She didn't even talk when you saved her. Oh, never mind.
Pretty common terror tactic. You don't usually see the leaders doing it, though. It's one thing to get your flock pumped up on the glory of dying for the cause, but it's not often they actually go through with it themselves.
No, I just touched on that like about an hour ago. They make a lame attempt to throw in stealth mechanics here, but it's not implemented well. And what is the point? What, like, literally why?
Suicide bomber in the end.
If that's what you want to call him. Still, he kind of failed at it.
How so?
Well, all that explosion did was put a dent in Abkhazia's budget. More Russia's, really. They're the ones rebuilding the refinery. The coup didn't work out. He couldn't overthrow the government. He was barely a blip on Russia's radar.
So, you're saying the bombing didn't accomplish any of
the
his
crazy
goals?
Ivan.
Did it just because he was cornered? Sounds more like just plain suicide.
Yeah. Probably wanted to end things with his own hands. Like a samurai committing harakiri.
Still not something to be commended for, though.
Yeah. Lumping him in with true warriors like the samurai just gives them a bad name.
Man, you're such a fucking weeb. You really freaking tried. It's as much a joke as the poncho. I can see it, because I tried it, and we played it a little bit, and that's just how it goes. I've had about all I could take with this game. I was gonna stop at the boss battle anyway, but you know, you gotta continue on with the cutscenes, so what can you do? Anyway, I hope by next week I don't forget how to play this game, because boy, that was rough getting into it the first time around, and I sort of slid on in there, and we sort of got it. Basically, you just got to button mash and then hold the left analog stick in the direction that they potentially might be attacking, and then you're bound to land it. There's no precision here. There's no precise movements. There's no timing. It's just mash the button quickly. Or, you know, I guess you could call it frame by frame, but I think in this case, I'll call it mashing. And then you can initiate the parry. So that's just how it is. Yeah, okay, we'll do this next week, and I have no idea how much is left of this game. Hopefully we can finish it up, but I doubt it. I don't think it's supposed to be very long, though. It's like possibly a 5-hour game. Most people tend to tell me, and we did, you know, about 2.5 hours, but we spent a long time in the early parts just trying to get a feel for the game itself, so you know, it is what it is, but I guess look forward to it, because yeah, we're doing this to the end, and for better or worse, that's just how it's gonna have to be. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll do what are we gonna do? We'll probably do Halo 5 Guardians, since we did Legend of Zelda. It is short. Yeah, that was the impression I got. I've heard a lot of people talk about this game. I still don't know 100% everything that happens, but, you know, I know some of the bosses and whatnot, and as I said before, there are certain, like, gameplay things that I picked up on just by people talking, like, you know, parrying is key, despite the fact that they did it in the most, like, convoluted way to parry in any action game I've ever played, but parrying still is key. And the game is relatively short, and Armstrong is funny, and that's about all we need. So we'll see how it goes next time around. But thanks for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow, and we'll do something else, and maybe have a better time. Who knows? Anyway, thank you guys. I'm out. See you later. Have a good night.